What is up, everybody? We are back in the building. Sorry, I am a bit late, but there was a very important timestamp that I needed to find in the No Jumper Live from today that I feel gives us all tremendous insight into what's going on with the 607 Unk departure from No Jumper. Now, 607 Unk is a funny character. He is someone who garners many laughs. He's pretty talented when it comes to being funny and when it comes to being disrespectful and attempting to get away with it. We remember when he attempted to posture with DW Flame, and that didn't go well for him. Real quick, give me a 1 if you can hear me okay, if there's no crackling, popping, or buzzing in the mic, because I think I might hear a little something. Let me know. But basically, 607 Unk got punked. Unk got punked by 4Xtras. He can say whatever he wants to say. He can make it about Adam setting him up. All this nonsense excuses. Unk got to the point where he let Adam convince him that he could get away with disrespecting LA gang members to their face, indirectly behind their backs, and that he would be protected by the No Jumper brand. This is not fake. This is not fake. You think this is fake? This is not fake. Trust me. Trust me. I noticed that the No Jumper audience traffics in this like, oh, it's fake. It's fake. You're only telling yourself it's fake because you don't want to accept the reality. Basically, the reality is that all these people that you guys think are tough and they're gangsta, and a lot of these people are really clowns and frauds. I mean, 607 Unk. Yeah, I know Unk is scared because Unk was scared of DW Flame. And now 4Xtras is kind of like a turned up version similar to DW Flame. 4Xtras got Unk in the room 1-on-1. And 4Xtras let Unk know that all that playing and joking and stuff that he does, where he's being disrespectful towards reputable people around Los Angeles, is not going to be tolerated. Hold on real quick. But anyway, so you guys tell yourselves that, because deep down in your mind, you want to convince yourself that, oh, you could get away with disrespecting these dudes as long as you say I'm playing real fast after. Unk is so funny. Playing gay and disrespecting people, calling them gay, etc. Oh, that's really acceptable in LA and wherever. As long as you say you're sorry really, really fast, they won't be offended. They'll let you slide. DW Flame didn't let it slide. Unk was scared. 4Xtras didn't let it slide. Unk was scared. And Unk is leaving. He done ran off because Adam probably promised him that nothing like what happened with DW Flame would happen again. Adam promised him or ensured his safety. Hence why there was security at No Jumper when Adam knew that Unk and 4Xtras would be sitting down at the gray table together. Now, I don't know what 4Xtras did. Everything, as far as I'm concerned, is alleged. But what I do know is that Unc had been saying a lot of stuff about 4Xtras while 4Xtras was in jail. And whether it's in jest or whether he meant it seriously, because I honestly believe he means that stuff seriously, he just plays it off as jokes, which Adam and everybody on the cast of the No Jumper show basically admitted today, even though I said this a week ago after the Munchie B situation. You guys think that Unc is playing when he's saying disrespectful stuff about these different hoods and stuff about 4Xtras being gay and all this stuff. Bro is not playing. Unc is someone who is passive aggressive, and if he believes that you can't get to him, he'll say all types of reckless, crazy stuff about you, all in the name of getting attention and getting views and clicks. I don't know what you mean by am I compromised? I don't know any of that, but I'm just telling you, I called Unc out from the very first time I sat down with him. And everybody made all these excuses. Oh, he's joking, he's funny, all this stuff. I said, no, he's disrespectful. He's not funny. He's someone who tries to use disrespect as a way to gain clicks and views on social media. And for the most part, it works for him. But when somebody who's not going to tolerate your disrespect, when someone who is going to step to you and let you know what it is and what it ain't, confronts this guy, his reaction is to cut and run. I'm going to play some of the No Jumper live show today. Hopefully they don't ding me. But there was a segment where Munchie B and Adam started talking about the situation with 607 Unc. And I think the entirety of 607 Unc's run on No Jumper is encompassed in this segment. You listen to it and tell me what you think.
He said something about putting them together. I'm like, shit, what you gonna tell that nigga that you from Oakland? Shit, I think that's what he should know, right?
And that's like the whole thing, like,
and that's when he got pressured up.
But judging from the vibe that day, because
and nobody said nothing about fighting. He said, I don't fight. He went straight to I don't fight.
Oh, yeah. I'm from St. Louis.
Adam like, ain't nobody saying nothing about fighting. He's like, well, I don't fight. Y'all niggas, y'all bred to fight. Y'all skinny got skinny legs to me.
Big tops, little bottoms.
I'm like, no, but the boy Adam said, not Adam. The boy Wax said.
So now y'all got him pressured up about not working at No Jumper because of that?
Man, he gonna be more pressured up. He keep at it, bro.
Now listen to what Munchie is talking about. Basically, 607 Unc, something's going on with him and the stuff he was saying following him dropping the S-bomb on Munchie B. And when people brought up fighting, 607 Unc said, I don't fight. You Cali niggas fight. All this stuff, right? My thing with 607 Unc is like, either you're going to be a comedian or you're going to be a gangster and a tough guy. You're sitting across the table from 4Xtras. You're running around with Hoover tattooed on your body. Don't know who on earth put you on that gang. You say, I'm a Hoover, I'm this, I'm a 6-0, I'm all this stuff, right? You never thought that was going to come up in conversation on No Jumper? Or did you do what many ignorant people do from different parts of America, black folks? Did you think that because you're sitting next to a white guy, that all the rules of all the black politics no longer matter? Not only that, you didn't think anything was going to happen when you were disrespecting as a Hoover. You say you're a Hoover. You were disrespecting someone from 40s while they were in jail, talking about he likes to go to jail because he likes to get his booty stretched out. Y'all don't remember that, huh? Y'all don't remember that. Oh, wait, because you guys were passing it all off as jokes. Oh, it's just a joke. But I don't think if I'm sitting in jail and some little pencil neck geek is outside on a show where I'm the star of, like 4Xtras, sitting there slandering me, playing with my sexuality, while simultaneously claiming to be from a rival hood, I don't think that person thinks that that's funny. And I think that even if you're doing things in the name of comedy, it makes a lot of sense that you should at least be sensitive to the political situation revolving around gangs in Los Angeles. You are not in St. Louis. You are in Los Angeles. Maybe the Hoovers and the 6-0s get along in St. Louis, but they don't get along in Los Angeles. You will never be at the level of 4Xtras in any gang, especially your own. This guy is someone who is looked up to and respected and is serious about who he is as a gang member. And you felt it was okay, and maybe someone made you believe that it was okay to make light of this dude's situation and sex play this man, trying to make it seem like he's a homosexual or something. That's why he goes to jail. The worst part about it is, and I'm going to tell you why 607 Unc left no jumper. It wasn't even that he was scared. 607 Unc is an immature man-child who cannot handle the fact that someone came to him like a man. 4Xtras made 607 Unc mad. But 607 Unc understands that he can't do anything about it. So his answer is to run away. That's all it's about. 607 Unc is a passive-aggressive, anorexic midget who feels like he should be able to talk shit on people and they should never be able to confront him and hold him accountable. He in many ways, he's like Charlemagne the God, who feels like he should be able to say anything about anybody. And if they confront him about it, he tries to pass it off as if it's a problem with them. Now, let me bring that into context for you. Name one time you ever heard 4Xtras talk about 607 Unc. Name one time you heard 4Xtras call 607 Unc gay, because he looks gay. Name one time you heard 4Xtra call 607 Unc skinny, because he is skinny as hell. Ugly, right? Name a time you heard 607 4Xtras say anything remotely disrespectful about 607 Unc. I have never, ever heard 4Xtras say anything disrespectful about anyone other than King Pill. That is it. Why did 607 Unc feel it was appropriate for him to go on live broadcast and disrespect 4Xtras, a man who never even disrespected him? That's my question. Have you ever heard 4Xtras express the same sentiment about Unc? Have you ever heard 4Xtras bring Unc up in any way that would allude to the fact that they have a playful relationship that's friendly enough for them to say these disrespectful things about each other and no one gets upset? If you've seen that, I've never seen that. Now, I don't know if Adam told him it was cool, but I know Adam didn't check him at the door. I know Adam didn't make him know that, hey, that's not cool. Just like when he dropped the S word on Munchie, I said that everyone in the room should have responded to that by correcting Unc and letting him know it was not cool to disrespect Bloods and or limited, but including but not limited to Munchie B. See, if you are the boss, your job is to let people know what's okay and what's not okay. Understand that. And I just feel like Adam has not been doing a good job letting people know what's okay and what's not okay. He lets things go. It's funny, it's a laugh, it's anything to get a view. And then when the real world consequences play out, well, Adam's just like, that's not my fault. That's not my fault that he did that. But then Adam comes at 4Xtra like, oh, I got to talk to 4Xtras and let him know this, that, and the third. But it's like, yo, if you already know that there's something that this guy's just not going to tolerate, why would you let someone say it? Period. I don't care about them sitting in the room. They're coworkers. And I feel like 4Xtras handled it well. 4Xtras established boundaries. These are lines I'm not going to let you cross. And 607 Unc didn't like that. And so, like a little bitch, he ran away and to throw a tantrum like a little kid. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you. I understand what he does and he's good at what he does. But do I think that's something that's going to bring No Jumper back to the top? No, of course it's not. It's a gimmick, it's an act, and it's already getting old. Now Adam is looking for something else to kind of bolster the views. Look, Unc wasn't on the show today and they still hit 8,000 views. And I really think that the views are more based on the mixture of like Hefe, Munchie, Adam, Lush. I believe that is bringing more views than just 607 Unc being in the room. Because when 607 Unc did the news sat at 3,000 views the same way it sit up on 3,000 views with everybody on there who's not Adam. I don't know if there's any real numbers or analytics being looked at, but I really believe that the 607 Unc situation is more just like Adam thinks this guy is funny. Or maybe 607 Unc is willing to say things that Adam's not willing to say. And Adam's like, yo, he gets away with saying it. I know it's going to bring views, so let me just bring him in this situation. And he'll be trying so hard to entertain the crowd, he'll say anything. Let me play a little bit more of this.
With the gang shit.
Agreed. But okay, so
he said a lot of things that weren't true.
I didn't know how negative 4Xtra was going to basically be towards Unc, because I kind of forgot that Unc had said a bunch of gay stuff about 4Xtra. He kept saying that the reason why he wanted to go to jail was because he likes getting hit extra and all this kind of stuff. Like he said a bunch of that shit. I kind of forgot because he just says a million different crazy things or whatever. I actually thought that if anything, the main thing that 4Xtra was going to lecture him about, which was going to be kind of ironic because it's his ops technically, but I thought 4Xtra was going to be telling him, you can't be saying that kind of stuff around gang members from LA. Like, I thought he was going to be pissed about what he said in front of Munchie, even though 4Xtra and Munchie don't get along. It turns out, I don't think that really became a centered conversation.
It was brought up,
right?
But yeah,
but it wasn't like, a big thing. Instead, 4Xtra was really concerned about the disrespect that he felt. And I think 4Xtra also had words with Unc off camera, and in Unc's description, Unc said that 4Xtra basically said, I'm gonna kill you, which honestly
he was playing.
Right, for sure he was probably joking around.
I've heard I don't think anybody believes that 4Xtras was being serious if he even said what Adam is saying he allegedly said. Now, we all know 4Xtras is on parole, and I really believe that was a play where Unc was trying to say something that he felt would get 4Xtras in legal trouble, right? He's already on parole. You make this accusation that bro said he was going to delete you, and now you're snitching. That's what Unc's doing. He was dry snitching. Now, I don't know if 4Xtras said that, but just the accusation coming from made against someone who is a felon, that's enough to at least get you a phone call from your parole officer, let alone get arrested, because he could literally get arrested for that. You have an interaction with police, having any interaction with the police that's negative, that is a violation of parole. You go back to jail. See, Unc knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And he knows Adam is so thirsty to let me get all this lore in and let me let all the accusations fly. He'll say that type of shit on camera. And Adam doesn't really realize that in the streets, that would make people look at him as a snitch or look at him like he's setting 4Xtras up, right? Well, whether he's off parole or what, he's someone with a record. I didn't know he was off parole or probation, whatever. But I'm just saying, does Unc know that? Does Unc know that? Especially if you're someone who has a history of run-ins with law enforcement. This is what Unc, he's playing the game. Unc is a shrewd guy. He's very shrewd and cunning, right? Now, think about this situation. I want to point this out to you. 4Xtras, they're all like, well, we thought 4Xtras was just going to get at him about what he said to Munchie B, right? I totally forgot about the gay stuff that Unc said about 4Xtras. But you want me to tell you who did not forget about all the gay stuff they said about 4Xtras? 607 Unc didn't forget about what he said about 4Xtras. But here's how you know that 607 Unc believes that as long as he's next to Adam, no one can say anything. Oh, let me take those off. He feels like as long as he says something, he feels like as long as he stays next to Adam, no one could do anything to him. Let me give you proof. One of the accusations that 607 Unc made about towards Adam was he said that Adam set him up because Adam told him that he was going to be at the sit down with 4Xtras, right? Then he says at the last minute, or that Adam let him show up, and then he finds out later on, basically at the interview, that Adam is not going to be there, right? Here's my thing. If you've said all this stuff about 4Xtras, why do you believe that Adam being there is going to affect how 4Xtra gets at you? That's my question. What does Adam being there have to do with you sitting down with 4Xtras? Oh, wait, because you think that the white guy is going to protect you from the aggression of 4Xtras. And when I tell you guys, a lot of people from places like St. Louis, a lot of places down south and stuff like that, they believe that white people have a magical ability to redirect or dissipate the aggression of Negroes. That is exactly what Unc thought. Well, if Adam's there, the boss, right? 4Xtras will be less likely to aggress against me or to say anything about the things that I said about him. And then Adam didn't show up. And so now 4Xtras got at Unc, and now Unc feels like Adam backdoored him. He feels like Adam set him up. My question is this. Do you believe that because a white guy sitting next to you, that makes it okay for you to disrespect another black man? Clearly. That's why 607 Unc felt okay with disrespecting Munchie B. As long as Adam is in the room, 607 Unc feels like disrespect is okay. But do you notice when he did the news and Adam wasn't on the news with him, 607 Unc didn't disrespect nobody. He didn't even say anything that could remotely be taken as disrespect. There is something going on there where there's been a miscommunication or a lack thereof or a disconnect where 607 Unc believes that if Adam is in the room, he can say and do any disrespectful thing he wants towards anybody else who's a member or a host of No Jumper. That's what's going on.
I've heard 4Xtras say that a lot about things that I think, he didn't seriously intend to do that in situations, But either way,
That was not a threat.
Unc was freaked out by it and comes on to the podcast, and he ended up feeling as if he was set up and jumped and that No Jumper was intentionally making him look bad. My response to that immediately would be like, there's a bunch of gangsters who do podcasts on here. One of them, you use the term to disrespect his hood repeatedly in front of him. The other one, for extra, you implied that he was having gay sex in jail. What the fuck did you think was going to happen making those kind of jokes? Especially somebody like 4Xtra. Like, does he seem like the king of restraint and just, complacency? Like he was just going to sit there calmly in front of you after you had said this kind of stuff about him? Doesn't really seem likely. So it's kind of hard to pivot into viewing Unk as a full-blown victim, given so many of his statements.
100%. He said something about whack ass. He said, before I do something, power whack, I need to see if his asshole wrinkled or something. He is. I'm like, damn, this nigga crazy. Like,
but I kind of felt like 4Xtras, he didn't just come right out and make it about the Munchie situation.
No, he didn't.
No, it was much later.
But he was on him on camera too, like as far as like, look, bro, stop playing like
with all gang members
with all
out
this
here,
gang stuff and you being disrespectful and stuff like that. Like, man, stop playing all that character shit. Like, ain't nobody going for that, man. You need to like for real, like stop playing.
That's over.
Here's the thing that I don't get, right? To me, Unk is like, you feel me? He bought a pair of cleats. He bought a mitt. You feel me? He's like, oh, I just signed to a major league team. I'm in the major leagues. And then he's like, oh my God, they just threw 98 miles per hour fastball. Like, oh my God, this ball curves, a slider. I didn't know they were going to throw sliders. Like, bro, you asked for this. You said you wanted to change the trajectory.
And Lush brings up a really great point. 607 Unk is just being an absolutely hypocritical little bitch. You could say anything you want about everybody else, but the minute they get at you about putting some respect on their damn name, all of a sudden you're the victim and you want to quit no jumper. Like, bro, what world do you live in? What world do you live in where you think it's okay for you to say whatever you want about everybody else, but the minute that they say something or they get at you about disrespecting them, now they're the problem. You're the one who signed up to play major league ball, sitting on no jumper. You're the one who decided to come sit up with all these thugs and gangsters and OGs and reputables and all this stuff. But they gave you respect. But you are also the one who decided to disrespect. First, no one ever disrespected 607 Unk. 607 Unk started with the disrespect of rival gangs. Understand that. He's a Hoover. I don't think Hoovers get along with 40s. I don't think Hoovers get along with Inglewood families. I don't think Hoovers get along with 6-0s. Unk is a rival gang member who decided to disrespect rival gang members. Basically, them sitting up, agreeing to be cordial with you because it's for the best interest of the podcast, and you violate that truce by being disrespectful because you believe that you being next to Adam gives you the green light to say and do anything you want. And guys, you can't say anything about me because I said this after the Munchie B situation, where it doesn't matter whether you meant it or not. You don't play like that. But I know he meant it. He meant every damn word of it because he was mad at Munchie B because Munchie B was out debating him. He got mad, and so he called Munchie B an S word purposely, and then tried to apologize immediately after, thinking that was going to make it all good. Yo, what's up, Donnie? Donnie Blitz, you're in the building. Unmute your microphone.
Can you hear me?
Yep, what's up?
Hey, is there a way you could go to Unk's story and show us? Because it kind of adds more context to everything.
The story on Instagram?
Yeah. You might have to skip over like 5 of his things because like he has like 20 fucking slides. But he talks about the situation a little bit more.
I saw when he was smoking that weed. Will I get flagged by YouTube if I show people smoking weed on camera?
I don't know. I see YouTubers smoking themselves, so you shouldn't, but I don't know.
Right. Let me see. I don't follow 607.
Just search his name.
And if he says anything other than I was scared shitless because I talked all that trash about 4Xtras.
No, he's trying to fight.
Nah, fool. Who is he gonna fight?
He's trying to fight 4Xtras.
Right, he'll get his ass beat. Bro, y'all be believing stuff that is unreal. This fool. Okay, why did he quit his damn job running for 4Xtras if he wanted to fight 4Xtras?
Fucking play with damn nigga.
He explains all that.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to cuz. All right. That's my fault, gang. That's my bad, gang.
I don't know how much of the story they got rid of by now, but
But what I was saying was, listen. I understand. Homies, my bad, gang. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to cuz. All right.
Right.
So I just got off the phone with 607 Unk, and he no longer
just play it from here.
wants to be part of No Jumper. This is like the most unpredictable dude I've ever met in my life because
if I gotta vibrate low to go somewhere, then I just can't go. Right? That's what I'm like. I love No Jumper. It's good, but the low vibrational pull, I just can't go for. Right? You know, we trying to raise the vibration up high. Y'all trying to keep it low. That's all I got to go. That's what that was about. I mean, who gets surrounded by 40 Crips at work? I mean, 50 Crips from the 40s, right? I don't know. That shit kind of weird. And the nigga beating on tables and shit. Yeah.
Man, that nigga scared, bro. Fuck you mean he trying to fight?
And then I was doing that shit for free. So what about playing on me? I can get paid to die in the streets.
Don't try to do nothing that's hard for you to do. Just try to learn who you are. Right?
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about, Donnie?
Keep going. It's spread it out in different slides, bro.
Bro,
look how many fucking slides this nigga's got.
Bro, he's not trying to fight. The nigga scared shitless.
He says it. Keep going, nigga. You're not even halfway through it.
4Xtras. Tell me you had 50 niggas with you, gang. Tell them. Tell me you had 50 niggas with ski masks and shit. And I was by myself. Tell them. Tell everybody that, 4Xtras. Tell everybody the fucking truth. Tell everybody you came in with a bounce on table with 100 guns and 50 niggas. Tell everybody that, gang. And I'm by myself. Tell them that. Tell them that. You came by your motherfucking self. I'm 100 pounds. I'm 100 motherfucking pounds. You could have came by yourself, but you didn't.
Nigga, but you're a Hoover Crip. Munchie ain't about nothing about 130. This is what kills me with these niggas. You want to bang. You want to be a gangster. You think you hard. I'm 60. I'm Hoover. I'm this. Then when somebody come up and say, nigga, what you going? Bro, I got homies who weigh damn near. Look at TF Third. TF Third, a little nigga, weigh about the same as 607 Unk, maybe a little more. I promise you, if 4Xtras, wait a minute. If 4Xtras like, nigga, Tay, I'm trying to get your fade. I am 100% positive Tay would fade him. Even though he's pretty sure he's going to lose, he's still going to run that. He ain't turning it down, bro.
But look, see,
you cannot be a gangster. You cannot tattoo Hoover on your body and then say, wait, but I'm 100 pounds. If you wanted your weight to matter, you should have became a boxer. You should have became a wrestler. You should have went and did jiu-jitsu. There was a little kid that weighed about 80 pounds, a baby infant chief from Insane. Bro got smacked up by some dude from 20s who was a grown-ass man. The kid was like 15 or like 12. Stop with that bullshit. Well, and the idea that anyone thinks that this little wiener wants to fight 4Xtras, what does it matter if 4Xtras have 40 Crips with them? It didn't take even half a Crip to dust your little bitch ass off.
Look, I'm not saying I think he's trying to fight. He said that's the energy he's giving in the story. You got to finish it though. But he said he wanted to fight. He said he wanted to fight, nigga. I don't think he wanted to fight.
Y'all don't come by yourself. I know where the fuck I'm at.
Been listening to my thoughts and lately I've been concerned. Feel like my soul on fire, let that motherfucker burn. Ain't nobody gave me
fuck all that nature shit. We keep talking about the situation.
You gonna die at No Jumpers, nigga. I don't give a I'm gonna flatline you right here and go to jail and laugh at your ass while you're on a projector dead. And I'm gonna be doing burpees in jail, laughing at your ass while these bitches picking up my collect calls.
You better shine on them, baby, you a star. You better be.
Look to me like the nigga trying to dry snitch on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This looks like he's trying to dry snitch on Instagram. If you wanted a fade with 4Xtras, you should have said it right then and there. Hey, my nigga, if you need that, we could do that. But I ain't about to get packed out by you and all your homies. Why are you at no jumper without a strap anyway, dummy? You a Hoover, you a 6'0"? That's the basic rules. I don't give a damn if he's 60 pounds, 20 pounds. Bro, you signed up to gangbang. You signed up and you rep that shit proudly. Yeah, I used to be like a 20 Crip. I still am technically. But the thing I'm saying is like, you don't see me leading with that shit. You don't see me bringing that up when I'm sitting on the podcast. Because
but
I'm
look,
like,
later on in his story, he basically says like, all right, I was playing with you with the gay shit. Yeah, but Adam was too. Adam was too. How come you didn't have that energy with Adam?
Because Adam is paying him. That's why. Also, Adam ain't from Hoover Crip. Adam is not from 6'0". Adam ain't running around calling people S slurs and talking about I don't fight, I shoot and all that. Adam ain't doing none of that. Adam makes it very clear. This is who I am. I'm just a square from Delaware. I admire the culture. Guess what? I might play around. If you want to be a part of No Jumper, you're going to have to tolerate that from me. But you didn't just play around gay. You didn't just play gay. You called that man's sexuality into question multiple times when he was not there to defend himself.
Yeah, that's crazy.
At least me, you guys can say this. Brandon, you said this and that to Almighty. At least the bitch was sitting across the room from me when I said it. That's the difference. If I say you a whole ass bitch, you right there. So if you want to do something, jump up and get it cracking. I didn't wait till the nigga went to jail, even though I still was talking about him when he went to jail. But everyone who's a No Jumper viewer knows, well, Brandon said that about Almighty on his stream, but that nigga say the same thing if he was sitting 2 inches away from him. Am I wrong?
No, facts.
That's the difference. 4Xtras up over the table, point his finger in this boy face. 4Xtras won't do that to nobody else at No Jumper. I promise you that. You're just a bitch. You let the nigga get all up on you. 4Xtras might have had more respect for you if you'd have jumped up like, hey, nigga, get your fucking hand out my face. Munchie B blind as fucking. He ain't gonna let the nigga put his hand in his face like that. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Gang shit aside. But when you didn't already try to sex play this man while he was not there to defend himself, now he's wishing you would do something. He's wishing you would say something. And guess what? You acted like a bitch. That's the difference. You right. Somebody spit on me, sleazy. But guess what? When I jumped up and was about to get busy, the nigga ran like a bitch. Had the nigga cornered like a coon. Scared to come out. Oh, he did this. He did this. Yeah. But no, listen. At the end of the day, like I said, and I said it many a time, I ain't worried about ne'er nigga at No Jumper. Have I not said that many a time?
No, you have.
And if niggas was so offended by it, they see me walking in and out of No Jumper, and they could have said something about it. But I promise you what I'm not going to do, become a bitch and not show up to work. Come on, bro. Almighty was scared as hell in that corner. Then went on another podcast and admitted he was scared of me. He admitted it. I played it on my stream. That's neither here nor there. This is about this nigga all of a sudden pretending to be Tommy Tough Guy after he was just 2 feet away from 4Xtras. When Brick Baby said some shit, Long Beach niggas this and that, I went on viral way. I said, look, a nigga be 2 feet away from you and say nothing. Wait till you ain't around no more, then try to talk shit. You know what I did after that? I took my ass right back up to No Jumper. Because anybody could say anything. As long as they man enough to keep that same energy when they sitting across the table from you. Then you can make a decision as to whether you're going to be cool or you're going to flip the fuck out. And I honestly think that was 4Xtras being cool. I got you, NYC. Hold on one second.
Exactly who you are forever.
Music.
Everybody won't get mad and be like, oh, damn, you was trolling him. No, I ain't say nothing about the carrot in the booty. Adam the first one that said he put the carrot in the booty. And when Adam said he put the carrot in the booty, it ain't no 40 Crips surrounded by Adam trying to kill Adam. Because Adam said about the carrot in the booty too. What about Adam talking about the carrot in the booty? Somebody tell 4Xtras to do another podcast, then meet me in LA then. Somebody tell 4Xtras that.
Man, this man is a watered down version of Suspect. Watered down. If he's really serious, we know you're going to have Blick on you, and then you're going to be there talking tough. Come on, bro. Or you might show up with some ops of 4Xtras to talk tough, right? People say, oh, this is a play. This is this and this is that. Listen, man, I'm telling you straight up. 4Xtras said what he said at the end of the day. You didn't do anything. You talk shit about him. I think 4Xtras would have had more respect for you if you would have said, yeah, nigga, I talked about you. So what? But you didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly don't even think 4Xtras would beat up 607 Unk. But if you are going to stand up for yourself, on camera is the place to do it. Because maybe he might just joke it off because he on camera and might be shocked that you actually acted like a man and stood up for yourself. It doesn't matter, guys. Oh, he's bigger. He's bigger. Now bigger matter. What happened to back in the day when black people used to be like, I don't care how big the nigga is. We don't got that same spirit no more. He's bigger. Well, then if big means anything, then bro should keep his mouth shut. Go ahead, NYC.
Oh. I think King Pill put him up to that because it's been some time. I don't know where all of a sudden that courage came from, and then putting the 50,000 up. King Pill's been asking for that fade for that price for a couple weeks now, so I think that he has something to do with that. My honest opinion, like, you know, we all know he was scared, bro. We can tell.
You don't think that Adam set that up though?
I think King Pill called Unk and told him like, "Yo, go say this real quick."
Oh.
Look, I'm glad you brought it
extra there.
My bad.
So, you know, it was kind of like they planned that for him to be there after he said that about 4Xtra. Like, we're gonna have these two sit down, and Adam's not gonna be there. It's kind of funny when people get into it. Adam's never there. Even when Brandon got into it with Suspect, Adam's not there. Y'all think that's a coincidence?
Look, let me just say this, man. 4Xtra, I'm getting tired of him on No Jumper. He's low-key a one-trick pony. Because his whole thing coming into the game was fighting. He brags about knocking out civilians in prison every episode of No Jumper that he's on there. But now you got an opportunity to fight somebody for 50,000 and you turn it down? Stop playing, bro. Stop it. He's a one-trick pony. All that yelling and banging on the table, shit, that shit is dead now. Like, he need to get replaced. I'm sorry.
He's gonna end up crashing out. Period. It's only a matter of time.
But I mean, you had to bring 40 niggas to the spot with you to talk like that.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, he didn't bring 40 niggas to the spot to talk shit about Unk. The nigga knew Adam wasn't there, so he was trying to flex. That's how every nigga do that.
That's what I'm noticing. Every time something pops off,
he knew Adam wasn't there, so he told the homies, yeah, y'all want to come up to No Jumpers? And they went up there, and they was just up there. Why would you bring 40 people for 607 Unk? Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Do y'all even know y'all own people? That's how black people are. If the boss is gone, I'm flexing. I make motherfuckers feel like I run the place. And Josh, them not gonna say nothing. Donnie didn't make. Oh, you sure? Come on in. I mean, it's nothing they really could do up there. They can't hurt nothing really.
Look, all I'm saying, man, is the fans is gonna get tired of this one-trick pony yelling shit.
Listen,
for sure. Especially if he ain't gonna fight nobody, because his whole thing is fighting.
The fans are gonna the fans are gonna get tired of everyone. That's the way it is. This is just the nature of this thing. That's why I feel like No Jumper, needs to lean into the people who actually understand podcasting.
No, they're
right?
gonna get tired of everyone, but they're gonna get tired of him faster than everyone else.
The only people you're gonna tolerate are people doing like the news and an old jumper show, reacting to breaking news and the latest headlines, right? But listen, at the end of the day, 4Xtras earned his keep at No Jumper. He got millions of views.
He didn't earn nothing.
King Pill ain't touched millions of views. I mean, not King Pill. 607 Unk haven't touched millions of views. So right now, 4Xtras is still the best bet in town.
I still think 607 will be fine without No Jumper.
I think 607 Unk is more popular than 4Xtras.
Yeah,
I ain't
right,
gonna lie.
right.
Definitely
Yeah,
is.
right.
Like that's not even debatable.
Well, I think he's more popular than 4Xtras right now in the context of like sitting down in front of the camera talking. But you know,
He's everywhere.
Listen, 4Xtras was the guy who was the top dog at No Jumper. And now King why do I keep saying King Pill? 607 Unk. The reason I keep mixing King Pill with Unk is because they're similar characters in a way. They both just say anything to get attention. I have no issue with King Pill, but he kind of just says whatever to get attention. He's admitted that, right? 4Xtras, I feel like 4Xtras was a certain way and people just gravitated towards that. That's it. You know, he's all turned up, yeah, to get views. But at the end of the day, he's not disrespecting anybody. He's talking about things that he's done in his career as a criminal, going in and out of jail, etc. And people are getting all hyped about that. People on the internet live vicariously through other people.
Bro, 4Xtras was literally on No Jumper saying he would have knocked Munchie B out.
When?
One of those episodes, but I'm pretty sure your audience seen it. I promise
he
you.
He would have knocked him out when?
I forgot what Munchie B said, but he said he would have knocked his ass out.
Okay, maybe he would have. I'm sorry.
He said it about a couple of niggas. Like, he's not just saying.
I'm sorry. In a fight, I'm taking 4Xtras over Munchie B. No, no disrespect.
No, I'm not saying he said he can. I'm saying he said he would have. But Munchie had did something for him to say that shit. But still, it's like, don't make it sound like he never dissed anybody. He definitely dissed a couple niggas.
Yes, he said what he would have done. He didn't say Munchie B is gay and yada yada. He didn't say all that. That's the difference. I would have done this in that situation is totally different from you calling somebody a homosexual, saying somebody like if they butt stretched out.
No, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy.
But that's way different though.
But
that's way different. And then you guys say like, oh, Adam is setting this up. No, bro. If Adam just wanted straight up chaos reviews, he would put 4Xtras and Munchie B in the same room.
That's still a possibility.
That's not happening. No. That's not happening.
No, once niggas start talking about buttholes and shit, that's when I back off.
Bro,
that's crazy.
I've sat with 607 Unk. I've sat and watched Adam sit in the room with him. Adam is not telling that dude to do the stuff he says. Adam might be like, man, troll everybody. But he's not like, yo, disrespect Munchie B. Call him the S word. Adam's not operating on that level. That's 607 Unk doing that because he thinks, oh, I'm sorry, gang. I'm sorry, gang. Listen, bro, if I say I'm sorry, gang, that's not you apologizing to me. That's me saying a meaningless statement to a person that don't exist because ain't nobody gang. Now, if you said, oh, my bad, Munchie, that's an apology. I'm sorry, gang is just something you could say without directly apologizing at the end of the day. Let's call it for what it is. Let me play some more of this dude's delusional. Let me play some more of this because Munchie B makes a great point.
You're going to save everybody from the evil pitfalls of gangbanging. We're all the same.
420. They're basically the
later with even more people, right?
Okay.
As that's happening, we about to start the music stream. Mm-hmm. So apparently, he basically said,
possible, but I think in general, I mean, this is part of a multi-layered discussion, but I think that, you know, we need to be making sure that people respect that they can't just bring hella people here. You know, like
okay, so right here's where Adam, and I want to get you guys' reaction to this too. Right here's where Adam kind of starts going in on 4Xtras. He starts kind of making it more about 4Xtras than 607 Unk. And I love the way Munchie B pushes back on what Adam is saying, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna let Munchie B say it, and you guys see what I mean.
When I don't know how many people are actually here, but Unc was describing like, well, I had like 50 people around me. I'm like, bro, what do you like? Why is that even being allowed? We had security that day. This isn't supposed to be a situation where anyone can bring that many people in here. And I don't know why. Like, I wasn't here, but I don't know why that's not being respected by the people who were here. And in addition to that, why is 4Xtra even like? He's been here long enough. He knows that that's not cool. We've told him that many times.
He was pretty deep. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Like, he was. I'm not.
He wasn't Travis Ford deep.
He said he was pretty deep. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, that got exaggerated a lot. At some point, that could get 100 crips.
No, that was
like a solid 20.
No, they were like 30, 40 deep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard around 40, but
Travis and them.
even with that group, I'm talking about with the 4Xtras group. I don't think it was that aggressive. That's just how niggas greet each other.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
And he not used to that.
Right.
So if niggas coming out, what's up? Hey, Trey Gangster, he looking like that ain't begging him. Nah, they introducing themselves. Nigga, I like that's just how game bangers.
It's pretty regular.
They didn't even say where you from.
I hate that. That'll make me get into it with somebody fast. Like if they bang aggressive or say they hood twice, bro. Like say that shit regular, bro. Like
nah, but
like,
they was though. We greet each other. What's up? Munchie B, IFG. But you might
I
get
know
real
a difference from monotones and somebody just that's how they talk. Some people be extra, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, with the way they say they hood and come in and want to be with it, like, bro, hold the fuck
and
on,
then you gotta expect that energy when people seeing your whole gimmick. Your whole thing is making fun and thinking shit funny with this gang bang shit. So maybe they was banging on them aggressive after like so cause you gotta know not to fuck with the play with.
Yeah, I'm with Munchie on this one. Even if you did feel they were aggressive towards you, bro, you calling one of their big homies or they OG homie saying he's gay. You saying he going to jail to get his booty played with. Yeah, that you got off easy at that point. So why you acting like dudes was out there calling you out for fades? You know them Negroes ain't about to try to do nothing to you at no jumper. But at the same time, if you're so scared like a little bitch, why are you fixing your lips to say anything about anybody then? What do you guys think about that?
Why did he even show up then? If he knew that it was probably gonna be a problem, because he knew that 4Xtra had to have heard what he said about him. Then why?
You thought Adam was gonna be there? That's the point I was. That's the point I was making.
Adam didn't set this up.
No, Adam set it up, but then Adam said he couldn't make it. So, like I said earlier, 607 thinks if the white man is in the room with me, I could say anything to a nigga.
Bro, y'all tripping.
He's one of those.
Adam backdoored him for sure.
I still do. I agree. I think so.
Whether he backdoored him or not.
Adam tried to backdoor him for sure.
I don't think so.
Adam don't seem like he likes 607.
No, let me tell you something. Okay. One, Adam doesn't like anybody who takes more attention from him. 607 does that a lot. Never outshine the master. Two, guys, realize when someone is hunting for views, Adam would have got more views if he showed up. Nah. If Adam was listen, bro, I can look at the numbers. Y'all not looking at the numbers like me. If Adam was sitting in the room with 4Xtras and 607 and they put that on a thumbnail, that video is gonna do 10 times the views of a video with just 607 and 4Xtras.
You're giving Adam too much credit. Strategy, man. Hey,
what?
Can I hop
You're
in
giving Adam too much
my
credit.
boy Paul Denham's in the building. What up, Professor? My boy Paul Denham is a physicist at UCLA. He teaches physics at UCLA. Congrats to bro. He's making some laser that could peel your skin off your body from 10,000 yards away and even go into space. Go ahead. Go ahead, finish.
You talking about Paul or me?
No, Paul is my stupid. Paul is my boy. I just was said he was just in the comments. But
shout out to Paul. Shout out to intellectuals in the conversation. Real quick, first of all, I love what you're doing here, man. But I just want to say, strategy. I think that Adam 22 is becoming a master of strategy, and the reason why I say this, he gives us little hints, even in this most recent live stream. You notice that Adam is never there when all of these crazy things happen. Why wasn't he there with you in Lush? Why wasn't he there with 4Xtra and
you mean with me and Almighty?
I just said that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
He was out of town. He was out of town.
Convenient. I've been in corporate America for a very long time. You know what happens when bosses leave town? People get fired.
No, but hey, you low key right. Because when those Mexicans came up there with American Cholo, he was gone.
Hey,
He
and,
let.
and and here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm here for it. I come here for entertainment, but I'm not gonna pretend as if wrestling is real. Dude gave us a breakdown of different types of wrestling characters in today's live stream. We're just gonna pretend like it's ain't a game. Come on, guys. What are we talking about, Brandy? You Jerry the King, bro.
I think you guys are giving Adam way too much credit. What you guys don't understand that in the world of content, if you look at No Jumper and their views, every video with Adam gets more views than videos without Adam. So if Adam was just doing this to generate views, he would have made sure he was in the video because people.
I'm sorry, keep going. I apologize. Keep going.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, Unk ain't even in the room on this live stream. This live stream hit the same numbers as a live stream with Unk in the live stream. Actually, it's doing better numbers than the one that Unk was on last week.
Can I give you the strategy though?
Go ahead.
What has Adam said, and even yourself, what have you all said about these live streams and about these moments when Adam is not in the room?
What have I said about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't said nothing about it.
Yes, you have. You said what you just said. These numbers don't come in unless Adam is in the room. This is not a sustainable model. We need to figure out how to make this a sustainable model. So what does Adam do? He just happens to go to Texas. He just happens to go to New York.
You can't make 607 Unk and 4Xtra getting into it one time. That's not a successful model because that's just one time.
I hear you. But what if it's not just one time? It's one time with 607 Unk. But what if 607 Unk was always supposed to be there for just a limited amount of time? What if that was another example of how we can keep that same angst going with these individuals who happen to come in and come out? Suspect apparently is out right now. Is he going to mysteriously show up? And then all of a sudden, just before his case gets serious, and maybe he has to go do some time, he explodes again. But Adam just happens to be out during that time. That don't seem fishy.
I mean, to me, it sounds like wishful thinking. If you know anything about Adam, he's more worried about getting sued than anything, bro. He's not going to put 4Xtras in the room with Unk if he feels like 4Xtras going to go off. And I promise you, Adam and 4Xtras probably had a conversation on the phone. Hey, man, don't do nothing to him. You know, I'm not going to be able to make it. Keep it cool. And that's probably why 4Xtras just was like, I'm going to stand up and act like I'm threatening you, but I'm not going to do nothing to you.
You just proved the point, though. Hey, man, I'm going to call you and I'm going to say, Wax says it all the time. I'm going to blow up on Trap Lord Ross, but I'm going to let Adam know. I'm not going to do nothing, but I'm going to blow up first before, you know, saying all this stuff happens. I'm going to let Adam know so that he knows not to worry that it's going to go too far.
But usually when they run a play, they admit to it. Hey, we was running a play. Yeah, listen, even when they were saying that Adam got arrested, they immediately admitted that they were running a play.
But your boy isn't that far advanced yet. We're giving 4Xtra. He ain't whack 100.
Knows how to play a script.
Wait. Are we saying there's a script, Jerry the King?
No, I don't believe. Listen, as a person who's there, listen, man, I'm a straight shooter. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe none of this was scripted. I believe that this was real. It was authentic, and I believe that 607 got scared and don't want to show up to work. It was the same thing that happened with me and Almighty. Almighty, after our first incident, when Almighty found out that I was a black belt, he was scared to come to work.
Can I say this real quick though? I do want you to know, I do think that you have been compromised, but I also believe that you are a great asset up there on the WWE experience of no jumper. Listen, man, and when I say compromise, that sounds crazy, but I don't mean that in any way that speaks to your
honestly. Listen, bro. Honestly, I don't have no reason to lie about what. Who's bragging? I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging about anything. I don't know why. If you're talking about the suspect thing, he's an idiot for being scared to come to work. I wasn't going to do anything to him. Like, I wouldn't brag about that. He's just
Dude is
stupid.
definitely an idiot.
Yeah. But anyway, the thing I'm telling you is, if I felt like it was a play, I would tell you. What reason do I have to listen? I'll be the first person to tell you that I never intended to do nothing to Almighty. Now, when he spit on me, then I had no choice, because now you're disrespecting me and you've assaulted me.
Yeah,
but
we saw that.
As long as it was talk, I wasn't gonna do nothing to that idiot. And you guys, I literally said it. I was like, who gives a fuck? Like, I wasn't even acting like I was gonna do anything to him. I didn't get up and stand over him at a table like how 4Xtras did. So stop. I'm not bragging. That nigga's
100%.
and he just made a dumb decision.
That,
what?
The grown man response to a little boy, that reminded me of what would have happened if, when I was a kid, I would have done something crazy to my uncles. They're gonna let you play around for a little bit. They're gonna let you, all right, man, chill out. But the moment you actually get out of line and feel like you are a big dog, you get put in your place. And then the respectable thing of not busting through the security, but actually saying, all right, man, listen, I understand I could body slam you right now, so I'm gonna take a step back. Much respect for that, for sure. But I will ask the question, right? A couple weeks ago, Adam said, I don't know exactly what to do with Brandon. I think he's a good part of this, but I just don't know what to do with him. Where do you think your role is and I'm only asking this to clarify the claim of you being compromised, right? Like, what do you think your role is there?
Adam doesn't like my politics. Adam is a liberal. Lush is a liberal.
Nah.
They're typical California liberals.
Hey, I hear you.
They don't like the fact that when they try to fact check me, I know more about the topic situations than they do. Also, they don't like the fact that I'm constantly complaining about the topics. I've said it many times. I feel like the topics on No Jumper are garbage. Adam even said that today in the live stream. He literally said in the live stream that the topics are garbage. I go to No Jumper. I say, look, guys, these topics are trash, and I do whatever topics I want. I talk about what I want to. Like last one on Thursday, I told Lush, hey, bring up Juneteenth. Hey, we're going to talk about the Lakers getting sold. Because I didn't give a fuck about Swifty Blue getting stabbed. I didn't even care. No one really cared.
But wait. Are the topics trash?
They're trash.
Is there? Wait. Let me cook real fast. What y'all say? Let me land my plane. That's what the viral dudes say, right? Is it that the talking points are trash, or is it that the individuals up there, outside of maybe yourself and maybe Lush? I wish Lush would stop playing into the kind of idiot I want to be a hood white boy role, because I do think he is intellectual.
He's a junkie.
Well,
he's a junkie, but he also has like white boy.
He's a smart guy. Lush is a smart dude.
Yeah,
he's a very knowledgeable guy. What
he's
I'm gonna say,
B-Rad.
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I love Flacco. Flacco is good with topics, but Flacco is not, in my opinion, really a true podcaster. He's more like a trending topic. He's more like a Wendy Williams.
No,
right?
he's more like what he does on his channel. It's perfect.
Exactly. That's what I mean by Clipper.
That's what I'm telling you. He's like Wendy Williams. He talks about. He's more like a gossip columnist, right?
But don't you think that's what makes
wait
you
a minute?
good?
Wait a minute, man.
I'm sorry.
Oh, ADHD have a nigga.
No, you're cooking.
But look, so
they know what's going on.
He's more like a gossip columnist, and he's really good at what he does. That's why on a lot of videos he get more views than No Jumper. But when it comes to sitting down, just having a conversation that is unpredictable, Flacco is not the best at that. He's my guy. This is just my assessment.
Yeah.
So,
it's autism.
So when you get on a news segment with Flacco or on a show with Flacco, Flacco is like he wants to stick very closely to the things that he's chosen for topics because he's researched those things. So if you want to go off the beaten path a little bit, he tries to corral you back in. And that's what Josh was talking about. Do you remember last week when Josh called in and was like, Brandon was 100% right? Why would you interrupt a good conversation to do intros? Because Flacco is very formulaic. He does everything in a very formatted way, right? And that's become success. That's brought him great success. But on a podcast, you have to let especially when it's live, you have to let the conversation breathe, or the conversation does not seem natural. It does not seem authentic. If you see me sit down with the viral way, that seems like a much more natural interaction than me sitting down at No Jumper with, say, like a Lush or something like that. Because that's not because Lush, but that's because No Jumper makes you kind of stick to these talking points, to these topics. And it's just like, I'm just not thrilled about like some rapper no one's ever heard of dissing some other rapper no one's ever heard of. I'd rather talk about how Trump just bombed the shit out of Iran. And we can get around to all the topics, but let's address the elephant in the room. And I'm telling you, Adam said the same shit today on the live stream. I don't have the timestamp, but he said the same thing. He was just like, yeah, I feel like the topics are a little bit like boring. He was like, he brought up academics. He said academics spent a whole month talking about the Diddy trial, whereas No Jumper barely touched on it. No Jumper should have had a daily report updating people on the Diddy trial. So what I think Adam is trying to do, I don't know, but what I think he should do, he should turn No Jumper into a true media house where you're touching all different areas of media and news. Let people cover different things that interest them instead of trying to force everybody to talk about the same shit 2 and 3 times a week. Because sometimes the topics will overlap. We'll talk about the same shit on No Jumper Show on Thursday that we talked about on the No Jumper Show on Tuesday.
But do you think that are you saying that Adam, as a businessman who is so much of a businessman that he is willing to essentially, and I say this as respectfully as I can in the situation, he's willing for the views and for the Google trends, he's willing to basically prostitute out his wife. You're saying
That's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Let me cook.
It's irrelevant. No, you're not
You're
cooking.
saying that
You're
as a businessman,
you're throwing
he's
shots that are not
see,
relevant to. You're throwing
bro,
shots that are not
Listen,
relevant.
That's bringing credibility.
What
to
does
his
Lena
ability
have to do with
actually,
what we're talking about?
If you will let me finish, you will know. Listen, man, let me lay my plane. With that, the reason why I brought that up is because it shows that as a businessman and as a individual who has to understand trends, he's willing to do certain things that seem outrageous to other people, or even things that bring conversation to his world. What I'm asking you is, with all of that in mind, you're telling me that he can't see what you bring to the table and say, even because not even though, because he's so different than me, because he's not a glazer like Lush, because he actually has the ability in the midst of sussing his homeboy during your first fight when the fight was actually over, you could talk about Donald Trump. You don't think Adam was able to see that and say, you know what, I need to bring this guy on here because he's able to pivot and talk about different types of events and topics and
Can you mute up if you're not talking? Come on, guys, be respectful. Mute up if you're not talking. Go ahead, Mac.
My biggest question, and this is, I'm only saying this because I actually believe in you, and I think that you are the righteous to the ratchet that is needed up there. I'm not a fan of any of the ratchetness that happens up there. I wish, but I do like the platform, and I think that Adam, because he doesn't want to be sued, because his wife was pissed off when the FBI came to his house and she had to lie for him, he has to pivot into something more intellectual. And he has said that he likes the debate platform.
She probably was excited. Shit, she probably was wet.
I don't know. I ain't never met the lady. But what he has said multiple times is that she's not with the gangbanging stuff. She's not with certain types of things that bring certain types of attention. And I think that's the main reason why Sus isn't there anymore. Why she doesn't really like when he's doing all these little things with the gangbangers. I'm not saying she's excited that Brick Baby's locked up, but I'm sure she ain't too sad. But
I think that Lena is, as long as her man is bringing in over $1 million a year, she's happy.
Okay.
That's how women are.
She brings in a bigger bag apparently.
Whether or not she does or not, her man is 100% available for his children anytime.
Mm-hmm.
He's making well over several $1 million a year. He's got her living in a beautiful environment in a great city, and they're living at the upper echelon of that city. I don't think she has a complaint in the world about it.
But you know what?
She can fuck basically whoever she wants to.
You know what puts that at risk?
What?
Not being able to pivot as a businessman, not being able to say, you know what, is YouTube the way, or do we need to stream? Is all of this gang stuff the way, or do we need to talk about politics and debate?
The nature of business or entrepreneurship, what many business owners tend to do is they'll keep working a strategy that has worked for them in the past. And it takes a lot of failure or correction to get them to realize, yo, I need to go in a different direction. The only real mistake I think Adam is making is the rotating cast. Stop switching out the cast all the time. Let the audience develop a relationship with the cast. Let the cast develop a rapport with each other. Like, I liked the cast on Thursday. It was really good, right? I pushed for that cast to stay the same. I don't know if they're going to do it. Maybe they won't. Most likely they won't. And I'm saying, listen, you don't see the cast of The View changing every freaking week. You don't see the cast of Good Morning America changing every week. Good Morning, remember, what was that one called? Yeah, was that Good Morning America or Regis and
Kathy Lee?
Kelly? Regis and Kelly.
Kelly.
Right?
Was it Kelly or Kathy Lee? I thought it was Kathy Lee.
And then it was Kathy Lee, but remember, she got replaced with Kelly Ripa.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're right.
And then Regis retired, and they spent like 5 years trying to find Kelly Ripa a good partner. Well, in that time, her views tanked.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because they just kept replacing people to the point where I think that they got like Michael Strahan, or I think at one point they just put her husband up there. Like,
yeah. You know who else did that? And it turned out terribly?
Who?
The Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah, it's hurting their views.
Bro, it's outrageous. And that's where I don't understand, like, these individuals who have been in the game for the longest time, like the Charlemagnes, DJ Envy's a whole nother conversation, but Charlemagne, like you brought him up earlier, as far as like the marketing side of entertainment and understand who's able to continue and grow the legacy that you've built for your entity. It's shocking to me that he picked the people that he picked, because we all know that he runs the show. And even that's why like bringing up the rotating cast that Adam is pulling in. Now I understand he has to audition new people. He don't really want to do a lock-in because he goes home to his baby and his wife every day. He says it at the end of every Adam and Wax show, I got to go kiss my little daughter goodnight. And I don't respect a lot of the things he does, but I do respect that. And I wish that the people around him would learn more from that than the other things that they're trying to learn and glean from him. I mean, that's a question that I always ask myself when I see people up there. Like, hey man, like, how are you in California? You don't live here. Where's your kids? Jaleese the other day brought up Mother's Day. And one of the things that Sus, pointed out about her for, like, not week one, but the other week was your kids ain't even with you. How you feel bad about Mother's Day? Huh?
Yeah,
What's this have to do?
That's what I'm saying. Can we get back
Curtis?
on topic?
Go ahead, Curtis.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all mad because I'm cooking.
Not really. Let me ask you this. Like I said, you wanted a rotating cast. Would you interview with like someone like a 4Xtra?
I don't want a rotating cast. I said I don't want a rotating cast.
Okay. Well, what about interviewing with like somebody like 4Xtra? Where do you see something like that?
Give a damn who they sat down in front of me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like when you come in there, it seems like you have more common sense, and that's what kind of agitates them, because they're kind of like liberal, and then they're used to just being around gang members.
But
and
the
you're not a
only
gang
people,
member.
the only people get agitated by me are like Adam and like to a degree like Lush and Josh, Munchie and Hefe. These people like that, they don't care because they deal with people like me in the hood, you know, around, you know, LA and stuff. Those dudes are knowledgeable dudes, but at the same time, it's like every mic has a letter. There's A mic, B mic, C mic, D mic. When you sit down, Adam is A mic, Lush is B mic. The other two people are just there to fucking pretty much glaze Adam and Lush and agree with everything they say. You sit me at D mic, I'm not agreeing with your bitch ass. If you
Wait,
say
so
something
ants glazing?
stupider, what?
Ants glazing?
I'm not saying they're glazing. I'm saying that that's what the intention is when Adam them sit them there. Just kind of like agree with me. Don't really press back too hard on me, right? So like Adam is like, he looks at me like, yo, you're talking more than I am. But it's just like, well, yeah, because I have more to say about what we're talking about than you do. Right. And I tend to bring the topic, I divert the topic. But I'm just sorry, but talking about failed rappers who ain't never gonna be shit, what hood you went to, that shit is incredibly boring to me, right? So I might sit there and talk with y'all, but I'm gonna try to segue the conversation to something that's actually interesting.
So you do what I was just doing.
No, what you're doing is you're kind of like, well, yeah, you're bringing it to more topics that are like in the No Jumper universe. Jaleese, and she talked about Mother's Day and her kids. She don't have her kids and stuff, but that's part of the problem with No Jumper. If you look at No Jumper has 5 million subscribers. 4 million of those subscribers ain't even engaging with No Jumper. A lot of that is because No Jumper went from like talking about like underground hip hop stuff mixed in with a little bit of news and all that to talking about gang politics. Then it moved away from gang politics to like talking about like internal beef against No Jumper with No Jumper and ex-employees. So a lot of people just disconnected. So now you want to bring those people in or you back in, or you want to find a new audience. My suggestion is find a new audience that meshes more with things that are more grown up. Because everyone in No Jumper is aging out, bro. You can even see even with Adam, he's getting too old for this shit. He doesn't even have the same fire in him to talk about this mindless nonsense like he once did. But that's just because he's getting older. He got kids now. You know what I'm saying? Like now the world shit does affect you. So now he's moving into like, let's talk about white supremacy. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. He wants to talk about politics, but he's captive to his audience because what's left of the audience is what's paying the bills.
How did you pivot like when Wack came in, he changed the whole dynamic of the show from just interviewing underground rappers to being more of a gang politic once like Wack came in there and aligned with Adam.
Well, they said that AD and T-Rail, the one who made it start being about gang shit. That's what people said. But
Wax
who knows?
turned it into a reality show.
Go ahead, NYC Daily.
I don't really have a comment at this moment.
Right.
Well, you know, actually, you know, I don't think Wack brought the gang element. I agree that.
No, I said AD and T-Rail.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. AD and T-Rail, they actually, I think so, because I haven't heard the word "cuz" used so much until they got on the platform, and then all the rules of gang banging and life or death situations and hanging things over people's heads. That was a decline. That's all I got for you right now, though.
Even if Adam does like the bull crap, if the bull crap ain't paying the bills, you got to pivot, right?
Yep.
And I think we should have like what me and that white guy did. That's technically a political show. We should have a weekly or 2 times or 3 times a week political show. Why aren't we covering Iran and Israel for a segment and see if it gets some hits? We should go back to having a sports show. You know, I was talking to Josh. They used to have a sports show that got like 50,000, 60,000 views every time. There's a lot of news to cover. You know, unfortunately, rap is becoming so watered down. A lot of people don't care about it anymore. They rather listen to Taylor Swift or Billie Eilish and see what's going on with them, right? And then you talk about celebrity stuff, but do you cover all the celebrities? Probably not. You cover just a few celebrities that you fuck with, right? So it's a lot of stuff that, could be improved, but hey, it's their channel to run the way they want to. Let me play this more because I love this part. I love what Munchie B said about disrespect here.
With the 40s, nigga, 40 crib. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, that's a different that's a different character. I'm talking about like other members with other members.
But I mean, like, given the way that 4Xtra podcasted with him, I think that it's fair to say that all of his homies were probably told, hey, this guy has disrespected 4Xtra. So
you ain't got to be told.
We're not going to just beat the shit out of him, but let's at least let him know what the vibe is.
But they also, to be fair, when they introduced themselves to everyone in the office, they did the same exact thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were like, oh, we're going to just, they said it to everyone like, hey, what's up? I'm so-and-so from so-and-where.
I'm Brian, 40 Crip. Hello, how you doing?
Brian.
No, for sure. But okay, in addition to that, I would just like to say this. We are rolling out the UNC and 4Xtra content. It has proven very, very difficult for it to be done. Now, the great thing about that is that all the fans out there, you can watch the whole thing. It feels like there's been a couple of different events, and I feel like I'm sort of watching the audience. I still think they love 4Xtra, but I feel like their relationship with him is starting to shift a little bit. Seeing a lot of people have that opinion. And in addition to that, I saw a lot of feedback about him not wanting to fight King Pill that was not flattering, where people felt like, how are you going to talk this much about fades? And then when Adam has a fade that's presumably going to pay you well, you're just not into it. And I think a lot of people didn't really care for his reasoning, even though I think a lot of us understand it. If somebody's disrespecting your neighborhood or whatever, then that's
but he didn't want to do it before the disrespect.
Exactly.
But when do you enter the realm of celebrity? What makes you a celebrity? Because I don't feel like no celebrity. I just feel popular.
Look, I ain't gonna even tell you. Look, it's places I can't go. I'll be wanting to be poo shiesty up even before no jumper made it better. Just like, come on, anybody is being sensitive trying to say that 4Xtras was bullying another grown man. 4Xtras was just being firm with that dude because he know that dude will get in character and say something that will get him in a jam. So I'm gonna just be firm with you and like let you know, I'm not playing with you. Like, I know you might be thinking it's a joke because we on camera and we streaming and all this, but I'm not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? But then the flip side of it is people was like, well, why he on, you know what I'm saying, want to fight King Pill or be on do this with King Pill and this and that. And I'm just like, man, that's whatever reason, and that's his reason. And I don't know, like, I can't answer that. But people definitely was asking that question for sure.
He did have a very long explanation.
I'm just saying he's that's what I say. What makes you a celebrity? Because he think King Pill is beneath him and he's not worthy of a fade, even for money. And that's weird. But you want to fight. How tall is the plumber? 5'8"?
He's 5'8".
A trip to the hole to eat juke balls.
And I get where 4Xtra is coming from because he wants to fight somebody that he sees as being on his level. But when you see me, like, I thought that by putting it out there that this was fight, I was super evenly matched in terms of more popular. I think
his career. That's what I was about to say. I don't think that
him or Ralphie. So I got you know what I'm saying?
Super, like the opposite of a Brick Baby, who was kind of like.
That's not what it's not for me. Like I said, I deal with some of his folks, and I don't deal with them. None of them dudes on no content. They know who I am and what type of person I'm is. I don't do shit for content. So, I have talked to Brick Baby. Me and Brick Baby, we was chopping it up before he went down, though. But that definitely would have disappointed me if Brick Baby would have just wanted to sit down with me for some motherfucking content.
Like,
I'm not with that. I'm not with that either.
Like, even if you guys are both at a place,
like every nigga I've been in the room with that's neighborhoods, like it had been genuine. I ain't sat down with ODM Slim. I ain't been around his cousin Sporty Loc. None of that shit was for no motherfucking content.
But you're saying
all that shit was genuine.
If you said that, if you met someone, like if you had met Brick, got along,
we not doing. I don't
good for the future of Los Angeles.
No, 1000%. There's favor after.
Together and like we had at this point and coming up with new people to put him with and create different situations.
All right, but anyway, I can't find the freaking clip. But anyway, basically, Adam starts talking about 4Xtras. Him 4Xtras has to like learn. You know, he needs to be chilling. He needs to turn it down and be more cool. I think it's coming up right here in this little clip, man. I want to find that.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Meanwhile, Unk is like mega going out of his way every time he appears on camera to make it as entertaining as possible.
Here.
Like and I've seen so many people from Aaron the plumber who snitched to a J Main to a whoever, like all these dudes where they come out, they will just stop watching. And I think that J Main has seen some attrition in terms. But I'm saying that's one thing that I think 4Xtras needs to pay attention. And I need to like really have this conversation with him and stuff to see
this
if he's down with continuing to like work together to try to make this shit as fun as possible. And I'm not saying he needs to sit down with ops on like a serious level or whatever. I'm just saying we got to like work at it if we want to keep the audience engaged, because if they feel like you're just doing the same interview over and over, that's all bad. They're going to lose interest very quickly.
I kind of think it's about and based on the character like you established for real. So let's just say like Charleston White. Charleston White is somebody who came on here running out, or if you ain't got.
This is the thing is I feel like I'm making too many assumptions about things that to me 4Xtras should just get, and forgetting that he is not content brained. He has not become the type of person that I am, who's constantly thinking about how things are going to turn into views and attention.
Hey, plain and simple, he got to fight, and then they won't get bored with him because that's his whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know, but basically, Munchie B is like, Adam's like, well, 4Xtras got to learn how to sit down with people and understand that certain things to be said, and he can't flip out. And Munchie said the best line of the whole live. He said, oh, so you want to make this a platform where people got to sit here and tolerate disrespect? And Adam said, well, no, but in reality, yes. That's what Adam is asking. I need you to tolerate disrespect to your face so that I could get views basically off of you being humiliated. That's what pretty much Adam was asking 4Xtras to do. And it's like, well, why can't we do this? Why can't we be funny but be respectful? Why can't we be funny but, not diss people's neighborhoods where they grew up? It's totally possible to do that. Me and the white guy for the racist debate, we got 200,000+ views. Neither one of us said a curse word. Me and Gorilla Hebrew got 100,000 views. Neither one of us disrespected each other or said a curse word. Like Jackass wasn't like disrespecting people, but they were getting tons of views. And it's almost like Adam's like, well, I don't trust you guys to be able to like have interesting enough conversations to bring in views. So I need to always have this thrill or this potential for things to devolve into ignorance to keep people watching. And it's just like, dude, listen, if you keep doing that, you're going to keep having situations like what happened with 4Xtras in 607. Go ahead. Whatever you were about to say, Mac.
I guess my question is, are we expecting too much out of 4Xtras? And even Unk, or even this culture that, I should say this subculture in Black culture that's coming out of the drill era, and that drill era has pivoted into this podcast era of basically chasing clout through turning up or whatever it is, right? Do you think that 4Xtra has an example of what it looks like to go from gangbang, this has been my life forever, to turn up culture being accepted and even pushed in podcasting, to then pivot to any evolution outside of that? Have we seen any examples of someone who has done that? Because that's a little bit different than Munchie B or an Ant or even a Whack. It's kind of closer to Whack, but Wack wasn't as much of a, let's say, like turn up artist as a Crip Mac or a 4Xtras.
I mean, I don't even feel like, hey guys, can we get the likes up, please? The likes are not even at 100. Can we please get the likes up to at least 100?
They're saying Mr. Magarese is talking too much.
Also, thank you so much to JP from the LB for the $5 holler in the Cash App. Guys, please contribute to the stream. Obviously, you know, I like sitting here talking about this stuff, but you must support the content that you want to see the most. Or I'll just talk about political stuff and never talk about No Jumper at all. Please like the video. Please contribute to the stream. You can contribute via Super Chat, or you can contribute via Cash App or PayPal. Both links are pinned to the top of the chat. Please feel free to do so. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Brandon?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I've noticed, like, I know the beef between you and Tariq, and I've seen Tariq on No Jumper. Do you think that that's going to be one of them kind of things where he'll have Tariq on there and try to have you on there at the same time? Do you see that as a possibility?
I don't think Tariq will sit across from me, but if he did, I'll sit down with Tariq. Why not?
Oh, seriously? Okay.
Tariq can't beat anybody in a debate.
Oh, I know.
And Tariq doesn't want and Tariq doesn't want to sit with me because the criticisms that I have of Tariq are legitimate. We'll just start talking about. See, Tariq is afraid of me because he doesn't want to have to open up the books when it comes to all the donations he's collected.
Right.
See, because even if he tries to sue me for defamation, which he already tried to sue me and try to get a restraining order, if he sues me for defamation, well, then the court is going to ask, well, can we see the books to see if he's actually telling the truth, or is he really defaming you? So Tariq, he's smart. He stays out of room with people who have him figured out. He knows I'm not going to react emotionally. So once he go ahead.
My bad. I was gone for a little bit. What part of the video are you reacting to?
Oh, we were just talking about the part where Munchie told Adam that he wants to make No Jumper a platform where people could disrespect people and not be able to deal with the consequences.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Which takes me back to my question that was not answered at all. Do these individuals have an example of what it looks like to go from turn up culture to evolve to anything else? What's the next evolution?
Yeah, they know they have an example every day when they go home because their house ain't like that.
Whose?
These people don't live in no bro. 4Xtras, man. Listen, 4Xtras in the hood.
Exactly. Turn up culture.
The hood has rules.
Yeah.
Believe that.
Yeah. I shouldn't say yeah. I'm pretending as if I know about the hood. I did not grow up in the hood. I'm assuming based on what I've seen and the amount of attention that was drawn to the breaking of rules, like Unc saying S slurs and everything else, that there is definitely structure. But when it comes to this entertainment thing, it's kind of like you see drill rappers coming out of prison who are pretending like we are still in the drill era and haven't been able to evolve because they just got out. The same thing seems like it's happening with even Unc, who has been out in the streets, but also 4Xtras, who even Adam is saying, like, you got to figure out how to play ball, bro, or you're not gonna be here much longer.
I think 4Xtras can do a lot. I feel like Adam and the team have to be more creative with how they use them. They're thinking like, let's take 4Xtras out to random settings and let them act crazy versus like, let's have 4Xtras sit down and do an interview with somebody. Bring his turned up nature and you just make him the constant and then you make the guest change, right? Like, I think if you had like 4Xtras interviewing porn stars, that would be excellent.
Yo, today, I'm glad you brought that up. Today made me realize that Adam looks at 4Xtra like he's Crip Mac, literally. Because he even said it. When Trap Lord Ross and 4Xtra went to the zoo together, that they were trying to recreate China Mac and Crip Mac going to the zoo together. That's when I was like, oh, okay, this nigga think it's a game. So he definitely looks at 4Xtra like he's a clown and a goofy, and he doesn't take him serious, and he'll probably never have him on the Tuesday show or any type of fucking large discussion.
But all of us do that. That's the unfortunate thing is like even the options that you just gave him are positioning him to be this buffoon like character, opposed to saying let's sit him down with somebody who has a higher level of understanding on worldly events and let him react. But then that individual also teach him about what's going on in Iran, because if somebody brings up, it's not Iran, Brandon. What is it? How do you actually pronounce that?
Iran.
Oh, thank you, Iran. Point in case, Crip Mac is gonna say the Iranica or whatever he's gonna say, right? But if you have somebody beside him who says, he's gonna say, man, Trump's crazy. Trump's out here. Trump is crippin'. Trump is X, Y, Z, bro. He's the turned up president. Whatever. Blah blah blah. And then you got somebody to really break down what's actually happening. Then this individual has the ability to learn and grow. I guess that's what I'm asking is like, is there ever a world where it's a good mix of the ratchetness of 4Xtras coming along and actually speaking to events the way that they do on the news, but a different show, almost like a Cam and Mace, but 4Xtras and somebody else, and 4Xtras gets to grow in his ability to understand worldly events and anything outside of his neighborhood, and the show continues to grow because whatever they put him on, I think it's going to do numbers.
Hold on, let me say this. You can't give 4Xtra the Crip Mac role and tell him to tone it down. You can't have it both ways. So Adam, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with that. Either he gonna have to get rid of him, or he gonna have to give him a different role. But it's not going. You can't do both.
Crip Mac wasn't even
Crip Mac ain't never
like
toned down. So if you expect this nigga to stop it, and he don't even do drugs or nothing, he's full of energy. He's not toning down shit.
Go ahead, recognize game.
Yo, what's good, folk? Yo, I'm hearing the discussion, and everything y'all saying is accurate, I think, except for the part where y'all kind of pedestalizing Adam and I guess his ability to be intellectual or something other than his business acumen, which is all I can really say he can do well. Everything else I recognize about
Agreed.
Adam, I think he's a degenerate. I mean, he's a porn actor. I don't see why we're separating porn actors. We're elevating porn actors over gang members and people who pimp their wives out in front of millions of people. I mean, publicly pimping her. So before we say Adam should be expected to do more, I'm just wondering, do you really think that he can do more intellectually? I mean, you're gonna have to talk to a porn actor and gang members in order to have maybe a 3-minute segue.
But there's more.
Into
But
some
there's more
political-
people. There's more people
Not
working
saying he
at
should do more, but
Listen,
you can't have
guys,
it both ways.
there's
You can't
more
give
people.
Crip Mac the hyper. I mean, you can't give 4Xtra the hyper Crip Mac role and tell him to tone it down. That's not.
There are more
that's
people.
not
You
him.
can after a Rico,
guys.
You
there are
you
more,
can.
Oh,
guys,
by then
I'm
it's
sorry,
too
go ahead.
late.
Wait, there are more
By then it's
people
too
working.
late.
There are more people working at No Jumper than just Adam. So there's a lot of people behind the scenes who have a lot of influence on what goes in front of the camera.
Even Adam though, what was he before he did porn? Before he did
BMX biker.
Well, no. After that, how did he build No Jumper?
Probably with his BMX money.
No, but how did he actually? How did No Jumper grow from BMX money to one of the largest platforms on the West Coast? So much so that whacking these individuals are saying, if we lose No Jumper, then the West Coast artists have nowhere to go.
Shout out to Adam for the $5 holler in the Cash app. Thank you.
The Adam.
The Adam.
He's watching us.
No, I'm just
the
this
porn
a different
actor.
Adam.
The
This a
porn
different
actor
Adam.
who
Adam.
I was about to say, because the porn actor Adam is I think he's in good company with the gang members and the hoes and the pimps, because he definitely some lightweight trying to be some pimping, but he don't really know the game, but he definitely
Lightweight. He's getting more off of pimping than any of these fake pimps.
Man.
Right. So when you pimping
Shout
your
out
wife,
to Mr. Shout out to Mr. H for the $10 holler in the Cash App. Thank you so much. Keep going.
I was gonna say when you pimping your wife out though, and you a porn actor, I just don't really want to hear him talk about politics. I can't take him
This is
seriously.
America.
I
Doesn't
can
mean he
hear.
can't talk about politics.
I didn't say it meant he didn't have to. He can't. I'm saying I could care less about his opinion. I would rather hear your opinion about politics. So why do you think it should be a full blown political debate when Adam is involved? He just got to make a show separate from the whole 4Xtras and everything, or it's just not going. It's going to have to be primarily about some gang stuff. Like I think, in all actuality, the boy T. Rel, I don't know him personally, but I think intellectually he's actually more well versed than Adam. I think
Yeah, but then he
even
went
a
bankrupt.
lot of guys.
Then he went bankrupt, so he's not financially more well versed than
Right,
Adam.
that's what I'm saying. The only thing that Adam actually does better than anybody else over there is his business acumen, which we should laud. But when it comes to these discussions, which is not about his ability to make money in podcasting, the discussions are about something you want to be more intellectual, and I just think that's above Adam's pay grade.
All
He's
right,
asking
guys.
for a
Nah, I
lot.
think he's playing a
All right,
character though.
guys. We are about to start the lightning round. This is where everyone gets to drop their final thoughts. Hopefully, also people will like the stream, contribute to the stream, and throw in their final comments. I'm going to give everyone 1 minute timed to drop their final thought, and then we're getting out of here. Starting with NYC Daily. Go.
Yeah, the 4 Extra and CMAC comparisons, I don't think it's accurate. When 4 Extra gets turned up, he sounds like he's serious. I mean, he was making death threats and to a Hoover from Texas. Now, Crip Mac sat down with another Hoover from Texas. I don't know if you guys remember Tony Wilridge, and there was no problems. And afterwards, the guy had nothing but nice things to say about Crip Mac. Crip Mac is more comedic. And if you want to talk, I have a recommendation. You should sit with Myron Gaines on his Fed Reacts channel because he likes to talk political news and international affairs. I think that'll be a good look for you. That's it.
Yeah, Adam tried to sit me down with Myron, but Myron was basically, I'm not sitting down with him. He's a nobody. No one even knows who he is. So he's a little snob.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Your time's up. Thank you. Let's go, Kurt.
All right, man. I ain't got really too much to say. I'm just gonna go ahead and subscribe. I'll just be back on later. Appreciate you putting me on.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
No problem. Have a good one.
You too. Let's go, Mr. Mag.
Yeah, man. Let me first say I appreciate you. Appreciate everything you do. Thank you for letting me talk. I will say that when it comes to the entire, since we're on a no jumper talk right now, right? When it comes to no jumper is even more so now turning into the WWE, which I think is influenced by Vlad. We've heard them talk about this a number of times. I think that each individual who comes up there, including Brandon, is a form of character that Vince McMahon, aka Adam 22, is using to either grow his platform or use as a indicator of what works and what doesn't work. When it comes to 4Xtras and Crip Max and anybody and Unk and the dude from what's the boy's name from Chicago with the cereal whoops, all of the J-Main. These are individuals who have fit a certain lane that come from turn up culture, who come from gang culture, who have pivoted, even Brick Baby, who have pivoted into podcasting. But what Adam is saying, and what I think it is a response from the Rico situation with the rolling 60s.
Your
We
time
have to
is up.
pivot. All right, man. Thank you for what you do, man.
All right, thank you. Let's go, Recognize Game.
All right, son. Yeah, I just think these intellectual political conversations is a little bit outside of Adam's wheelhouse. I think the porn actor, the pimp, the whatever else the BMX bike rider, I think he just needs to continue to stay in the company of the guys that actually make his show interesting. And those are gang members and hoes. So I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, everyone. That is going to conclude this video. I appreciate every single thing you do for this channel. On your way out, please like, share, subscribe if you have not already. Can't wait to get back up with you. This has been an hour and 45 minutes of the content you want to hear and see the most. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it added some value to your day. Till the next time, peace.